So today, Jesus talks about what makes a person clean or unclean. We might say good or bad. In a nutshell, Jesus says that anything that discourages you or distracts you or takes you away from wanting to help another person, well, that's bad. So if somebody asks you for help, tells you they need something, and you say, oh, I won't or I can't because whatever follows that because, that might be something that defiles you. What is good, actually, what makes you clean, is taking care of each other.
It makes me think of a story someone shared this week. Cory Doctorow, the author, tells of how he's often asked how he became a successful science fiction writer, as if there may be a recipe or perfect formula for having the kind of success he's had. And this week, he was very clear that it was a lucky combination of circumstances that no one else may ever have the chance to experience again. I don't think he said that to make people feel bad about the future. He's not saying that it could never happen again. But in his Twitter thread, he spoke of and referenced all the unique people and circumstances that were necessary to his own flourishing. His institutions and TV shows, authors, parents, all of these things combined. And he briefly tells this story, which is actually a whole bunch of people's stories. Some that just crossed paths with him for a short while, and some with very personal connections, and some known only indirectly through institutions like a library or a local TV show. But all in all, it was so many people acting with their gifts and skills in good faith to make a world in which a little kid could thrive.
And that can help us remember, if we do things that are generous rather than withholding, if we help people explore their world rather than narrow their possibilities, if we help them engage with it creatively, the way that they were created to, we can create circumstances and conditions where we won't know exactly what will happen, but we have a pretty good idea of what could happen. We might make something happen that wasn't going to happen otherwise. And you can look at this. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I've created a situation where something is very likely to happen. And after this story, Jesus is approached by some religious people, and they demand a sign. They want a sign from God to know that what Jesus is doing is right. And he says, you can see the conditions. You can look at the sky and know if it's going to rain. You can look at the sky and know if it's going to be a really hot day. Don't act like you don't know what the right thing to do is. In fact, you have the story of Jonah. And I'm really glad this ignited right now because I was getting hot waiting for it to light. So I'm going to finish the rest of my story and narration in the shade.
So anyway, Jesus says they have the sign of Jonah. And the story of Jonah, in case we forget, is the story of a prophet who learns that Yahweh is about love and generosity. And if he's going to serve Yahweh, he's going to have to tell everybody, even people he doesn't like very much, that God is about love and generosity. So big people, I know so many of us are anxious about making the world the way it was before. But the good news is Jesus doesn't say we have to do that. All we have to do is let others know that God is loving and generous by taking care of their immediate needs. And no matter what is going on, no matter what things are like, we have every opportunity to do that with and for the people that are around us right now.